Hi guys, we're back. Remember on my tool haul from the video yesterday, we had the Maddox Combustion Leak Detector. This is right at 30 bucks from Harbor Freight. You have this test fluid. This is sold separately. This is about 10 bucks also at Harbor Freight. It's sitting on the shelf right beside it. Got a 21 Chevy Duramax, and I've got some residual pressure in the overflow tank or degas bottle overnight, 14 hours later. Sorry for the extra noise. I live right on a highway, so everybody's going to work this morning. I'm on vacation. Haha. I'm going to put the microphone up by the degas bottle and let you hear the residual pressure. I think we might have a blown head gasket. If we can get cars to quit driving by long enough. And I didn't notice any pressure that time. But it definitely has a different smell to the cap. So we're going to go ahead and do a combustion leak test anyway. Hopefully I'm wrong, and maybe having that coolant control flow valve replaced here recently, for some reason or another, caused an air pocket. Maybe they didn't get the good vacuum fill on it or something, and maybe that was what caused it. We're going to go ahead and do a test. So I'm going to start this thing up, get it warmed up, and then we'll proceed with the test. This thing's probably going to take a little while to warm up because it's not real warm. It's only about 50 degrees right now where I'm at. So obviously they don't warm up very well with the cap off of them. The pressure doesn't cause circulation very good when there's no pressure on it. So I'll bring you back when we get her warmed up. We'll check it out. Okay guys, we're back. I got this thing up to about 185. That's about all it's going to get to. It usually runs about 210 driving down the road, but without driving it down the road, I'm not getting it under a heavy enough load, I don't think, to get it up to temp. It normally runs about 175 to 185 when it's just sitting here idling. I held it up to about 1500 RPMs for pretty close to 10 minutes to get it to where it's at right now. So we'll get the test on there and see what happens. You want to make sure your coolant level is not up high enough to where it's going to get sucked up into this test tube, which on this, the fill level's about 3 inches or so below the top of the degas bottle. And you want to put this test fluid in there and fill it up to that line on that tube there. And then put your lid back on. You get your little squeeze ball here. You just stick it down in the top. Give it a couple squeezes. If this stays blue, we're good. If it turns yellow or green, we're in trouble. Right now we're staying blue, so I might have had some faulty suspicions, but I know that taking the cap off of these degas bottles after they've sat cold for several hours is usually a pretty good sign that you have a blown head gasket or some sort of foreign pressure in your cooling system, because after they've sat and cooled down, all the pressure should dissipate from thermal expansion anyway. Any pressure in there is not being caused by temperature, it's a foreign pressure, which could very easily be combustion pressure leaking through from a cylinder head gasket. These 3-liter Duramaxes aren't actually notorious for having blown head gaskets. And it's not going to hurt my feelings if this thing doesn't have a head gasket failure. Because I just don't want to take it back into the shop and be without my truck for who knows how long. I had to wait almost a month to get this coolant flow control valve changed on this because they were on a national back order. I'm just starting to wonder if there are any good vehicles made anymore. Leave in the comments if you know of a good one. Right now it's looking like we might be in good shape, and this thing finally got tired of sitting here running without me driving it, so I'm going to start it back up real quick. Again, guys, I apologize for all the traffic noise you might be hearing in the background. Living right on a highway, it's nice in the winter time because I've pretty much always got a plowed road to pull out to in the morning, but it gets noisy sometimes. Well, I think we're passing this test. So again, this isn't the end all be all, but most of the time these things, if you have a blown head gasket, these things will expose it. You could get maybe a false positive out of these, but now we've got a train. I also live pretty close to a railroad, so not a great time of day to be trying to shoot a video outside, I guess. Just out of curiosity, if you want to check this fluid, we're going to go around to the back and stick this up by the exhaust, and if I can pull any exhaust out of the pipe into this system, you'll see that it changes color. Here we are, guys. We're back here at the exhaust pipe. I can smell exhaust, so we should be able to get this stuff to change color if it'll pull it up in there. As you can see, that's starting to change color and turn green right away. So if we take this back up there to the front where the bottle of test fluid is, we'll compare to the two and I'll show you the difference. There you go, guys. There's the difference. You can see the blue in the bottle when it's new, and after it's sucked up some exhaust gases through the exhaust pipe, it'll turn that color if you have a blown head gasket and you stick it to the cooling system. So hope you guys never have any suspicions that you ever need to use these things, but I thought I'd do a video on this anyway. Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget our giveaway. Comment hashtag icon for the win. Like and subscribe. Hit the hype button. Thanks again, guys.